How can you make the endings of your music have a special introspective feel? Today we are talking about that in this hymn 106 from the LDS Hymn No, Godspeed the Right. There's a fun little ending to this hymn. This is a very upbeat, quick, very simple hymn with lots of unison, very plain harmony for most of it, just 1 and 5. But there's a special little turn at the end which takes an outward sounding hymn inward. And I love that because though when we're at church and when we're doing family scripture and a family home meeting, the gospel feels very surface. As we go about our day, we want to internalize the gospel so that wherever we are, we're still living the gospel. And so there's this beautiful musical trick here, which is quite simple, really, that allows us to sort of verbalize this internalization of the gospel through music. Okay, so you know this hymn. It's quite big and bold and loud. Dum da dum dum. Am I in the right key? Yes. Da dum 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 dum. The first line repeats itself exactly. The third line is fun and quick. Be our zeal in heaven recorded, with success on earth rewarded. And then a big climactic, Godspeed the Right, and then Godspeed the Right. That echo is what I'm talking about. Now, this echo gets set up in a really fun way. Look at the very end here. This first measure of the last line on earth rewarded. We've come back to, or in C major, and we've come back to pedal G's in the bass. And when we hear that, we expect one chord. But instead, we get a deceptive cadence, meaning instead of going to 1, the 5 chord goes to a 6 chord. It's not done yet. And back to 5 and then 1. So that little deceptive cadence, it keeps the phrase going. Otherwise, the phrase would feel finished too soon. So in this quick hymn, it's going to end soon anyway because it's quick. But if it ends too soon, it's going to feel unfinished. So to sort of open the door, this last line sets up this deceptive cadence. Da, 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 5, 6, 5, 1. But can you just stop there? I suppose you could, but the last phrase would only be 3 measures, and that feels a little bit funny. So we have 4 measures here, 4 measures here, and then 3, 1, 2, 3, plus 5. So it's 8 bars and 8 bars. If we stopped the piece right here, the second half would only be 6 bars, and it would be wonky. It would have a hitch in its get-along. 8 bars and 6 bars is not a smooth, symmetrical shape. So all the composer does is take it down an octave and echo. Godspeed the right, Godspeed the right. And it sort of brings the message in, and almost like remembering. Remember, keep doing the right thing. Remember, if you keep my commandments, you shall prosper in the land. Remember, and the harmony is the same too. We get that same 6 chord, which sounds like that deceptive cadence that opens the door. 5. This technique is so simple. All you basically do is just repeat the same material, but taking it down an octave from the high climax immediately by itself draws it into the internal sphere of our heart. Okay, so it's a simple composer gem today, but a really dramatically powerful one. When you're writing something that's very bright and shiny and intense, maybe even marching, but you want to have some part of it go deep into their hearts, find a way to use an echo like this. And in this particular one, it was the climax that was echoed. That's a powerful way to bring this home, to take the biggest part, repeat it, and repeat it softly and gently. Okay, for more tips like this, head over to latterdaymusiversity.com and get your free copy of the 10 Commandments of Writing Warm, Fuzzy LDS Church Music. Lots of additional tips that are very foundational that can apply to all types of LDS music that you're writing. Grab that and you'll enjoy it, I hope. And come back tomorrow. We're going to look at hymn 107. See you then.